If you've been thinking of buying a home in Palm Springs, California, and have been looking at real estate listings in the $1 million price range, the chances are that you've noticed the new construction homes for sale at Miralon. In this video, I'm going to take you on a tour of some of the model houses here, and I'll be sharing some tips for buying new construction. We'll also look at the pros and cons of buying a new home compared to a resale. As we tour these properties, I'll be pointing out some things you should look for and be aware of when you're buying a newly built home. And of course, I'll be sharing what I like and don't like about the properties we look at because that's just kind of what I do. Hi, I'm Ellis Posner. I'm a real estate broker in the Palm Springs area, and over the last 20 plus years, I've helped hundreds of buyers all over Southern California, and I can help you too when you're ready and the time is right. My contact info is below in the comments. You can find it elsewhere on this channel, and you can call, text, or email me anytime to get started on the home buying process or with any questions you have. So before we get started on the new home tour and all that, if you're not familiar with Miralon, it's a master plan gated community in the north end of Palm Springs, just east of Indian Canyon Drive, south of Sunrise, and a little bit north of San Rafael. There's 7,000 olive trees here. It's a working olive farm. The Temecula Olive Oil Company planted the trees and they maintain them. There's walking trails, like 7, 8, 9 miles of walking trails. And there's amazing amenities. I'm going to take you through those at the end of the video, but there's 2 pools, there's a great gym, there's yoga Pilates studios, we have an on-site bar, the Mirror Bar, and there's kind of another, the hub, lattes there in the morning on Saturday, and just a whole bunch of things. People tell me I always forget the dog park. There's a dog park. All right, let's talk about new construction. The newest builder at Miralon is Lennar. There were 3 others previously. That was PLC, Woodbridge, and Gallery, and Lennar is now the 4th. They're building single-family homes in the northwest quadrant of the community. I'm going to show you on the map where that is and what that all means. Lennar is a national publicly traded builder. They're in a lot of states throughout the United States, over 20, maybe 25 or 26. I'm in no way affiliated with Lennar. I'm an independent real estate broker. I can represent you in the purchase of a home they build here at Miralon, or I can represent you in the purchase of any home in the Palm Springs area. Lennar is calling what they're building Vitality. Each of these builders likes to have kind of a name for their phase or their piece of the development. PLC called theirs Aura. Woodbridge called theirs Flair, and Gallery just goes by Gallery Homes. Curiously, people that live at Miralon, and I'm one of them, we tend to say things to each other like, oh, I live in Aura or I live in Flair. So I guess people will be saying they live in Vitality. Sounds good, I guess. And that's just a little idiosyncrasy of the neighborhood. To outside, as I say, I live at Miralon. Okay, we're looking at the map of the development for Miralon, and where Lenora's building is in the upper left-hand corner. Where those models were is the lighter green, more towards the center of that map. Lennar is also building further down off Palladium, south of where you see those ponds, but that's just a couple of lots they have there, I think 7 or 8. So in that upper left-hand corner, you're closest to Indian Canyon Drive, and you're also closest to the windmills, which is why you'll see it so windy in many of the videos I'm showing you here. And that is going to affect the price, and I do believe they've priced that in, which is why some of these homes, many of which are quite large, are around a million. Some are under a million in this initial phase. And let's just take a closer look at that. One of the things Lennar has done on the exterior of these homes that I really, really like is the roof lines. They're just interesting. They're not like just flat like most of the other homes that the other 3 builders built. Some of them had interesting roof lines, but mostly flat. One of the things I would have liked to have seen Lennar do a little bit differently, and maybe they're going to do this with some of the other floor plans that aren't modeled yet, is to have some contrasting stone and maybe just some contrasting colors. The other builders did a nice job of having gates and doors and other things that would kind of highlight that more of a mid-century kind of desert feel, which I really like. That's small criticism, but as I said, I'm going to be critical. My favorite floor plan that Lennar is building at Vitality in Palm Springs right now is what they call their Residence One. It is the smallest at 1841 square feet, 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, but the space is really used very, very well. And it has some of the features I really like. Now, as we go through this, I probably would have staged these houses differently. I definitely would have done different finish work, but the space, look at the space, and that's what I'm going to point out. So you have 2 bedrooms up front, and the primary bedroom is to the rear of the house. They're separated by the living room, dining room, and kitchen, and each of those spaces is delineated separately, and you see there's high ceilings throughout. Now, what I like about what they did is they made that living space a little bit more angular. Like, for example, the Aura Plan 2, which is what I have, it's my house, is very similar, but it's kind of a straight shot. I like this a little bit better, and it allows for them to integrate the indoor outdoor living space. You see that overhang where it's shaded. That's kind of really cool. It's like an L shaped shaded area. Also, what I like about what they've done is the pool in the backyard is larger than some of the other builders allowed for. So the pools, I know all the Aura pools are kind of small. Some of the Flare, they updated or upgraded those pools. And the Gallery, I think they're rather small pools as well. Actually, one of them has a larger pool. But this is really a great floor plan. Now, one of the reasons I decided to do this video, other than over 11,000 of you have watched my previous Miralon video, is that Lennar's marketing material and what they have on their website, like they have this virtual tour here that we're going to look at, and it's not the house at Miralon. It's the same floor plan. I kind of like this look better in terms of the finish work. I think it's a little bit more the kind of Palm Springs feel. It doesn't have like the shutters you saw. Also doesn't have any ceiling fans. One of the things, if you're kind of buying from a builder, you might want to find out if you need to have this microwave there. A lot of builders are putting the microwaves down below and putting like a regular exhaust vent there. Also, whether any of these appliances could be upgraded. There might be some things to look into. I do like these clear story windows. That's one of the things that's very, very, very Palm Springs. And some of the builders at Miralon did not do that. So this is the dining area, obviously, and then the living area. And it's all shown differently than in the actual model that we just saw the video of. Obviously, this is not at Palm Springs here with this large yard. And this is the area out here, which you can see the overhang. Um, some good sun protection up there, and want to make sure you're going to get that when you get one of these places. Let's go into the primary bedroom here. Now, you don't see it here, but if you look closely on the video of the model at Miralon, the air conditioning unit is right out there. I don't know why these builders do that. I actually have the same thing at my house, and I'm a light sleeper, and it kind of wakes me up. Go back and look at the other part of this video. You'll see what I mean. The Miralon models have shutters here, plantation shutters. I don't think that's a very Palm Springs look, and that's what I mean by I would have kind of staged these or done different finish work. If you have an oversized long or wide bed, well, long you're probably okay, but you really want to check if you're going to put a bench down at the bottom of your bed and want to have a dresser here. Or if you have a very wide bed or a wide kind of headboard, you really want to check this. And a lot of the builders at Miralon did not make these primary bedrooms large enough, in my opinion. Also, I think it would have been more of a Palm Springs kind of vibe if we had a frameless shower here. And a lot of people like the rain showers coming down from the ceilings. All things I'm sure a builder will accommodate for for a slight fee, usually not so slight. Let's just go up front. I mentioned I really like these floor plans, and my house is similar, where there's bedrooms up front that are separated from the primary bedroom or the main living area. And that's because you might have guests if you live in Palm Springs, or you might use a room for a home office, or you might have kids, or you might have other extended family members living with you. So it's nice to have that separation. On the model in Palm Springs, this was a clear story window here, and this was not the same kind of exterior on that. They do show this virtual tour as that being a office. So, just thought you'd find that interesting comparing their virtual tour to the actual model we just walked through. Now, really important, at the time I'm doing this video, they're showing that on Mustang Lane, you can buy this starting at 698.60 for new construction that's almost 2,000 square feet in California. That's just amazing, almost almost unheard of. Um, those are the ones you saw when I was showing the properties under construction and being framed. That was Mustang Lane. All right, let's take a look at another floor plan. And since we're doing these virtual tours, maybe I'll start out with what Lennar is showing first, and then I'll go to my video. Okay, let's take a look at what Residence 2 looks like on the virtual, and then we'll look at some actual video I shot at the model. Residence 2 is 3 beds and 3 baths. One of them's a half bath, 2156 square feet, starting at 841,900. And those are the ones you saw earlier framed out over on Mustang Lane in the northwest quadrant of Miralon at Palm Springs. So again, you have a nice big long hallway when you come in. Let me just swing around, and yeah, you got the door. You do have a bedroom up front here. This one has the clear story windows. I think I said the Residence one had that. My bad mistake. Back to the hallway here. Again, great place to have some artwork. What this has which is interesting, is right over here is the laundry room and that powder room. Now, the other floor plan didn't have the powder room, and sometimes then you have to have your guests go into the bathrooms that you're using yourself, and a lot of people like to keep those more private. As you come towards the back, fairly similar to the other floor plan with a little more angularity than you see in some of the Flare and Aura models. Again, much different presentation here in the virtual. You do see the overhang here for the sun protection. And we got bedroom over here. Primary bedroom back here. And if I recall, in the models at Vitality at Miralon right now, there may have been an air conditioner right outside there. The bedroom, similar size. And again, if you have oversized bedroom furniture, anytime you're buying new construction, you've got to kind of check that. Similar size, similar bathroom to the other one. Again, I'd like to see a frameless shower there, but anything can be done for money. And then we have another bedroom in this floor plan also. Was that over here? Let's see. Yeah, you have the other bedroom here. So in Residence 1, in that floor plan, you had the 2 bedrooms up front. Here you have a couple hundred square feet larger house, and the bedrooms are kind of front, mid, and back. Again, just personal reference, but we're still talking about new construction in a great community with a lot of amenities and lifestyle for under $1 million. Wow. Let's take a look now at the video I shot. So we're starting from the outside on this one because I just really like how Lennar has emphasized the indoor-outdoor lifestyle. You have this nice overhang to keep in the shade there. You have the ceiling fans out there flowing right into the living area. More ceiling fans. And speaking of ceilings, if you don't like the dark ceiling, the way this is staged and shown with the finish work, that's probably something you don't have to get. The same with the dark cabinets. I like the big open great room. I showed you where the bedrooms were in the virtual walkthrough, and yeah, there I am, just kind of on the couch, and I do like that light fixture. That was part of the finished work I liked, but nice open space, and you saw the bedrooms on the virtual tour. So if you're starting to think that maybe Miralon might be a place you want to live, check out my earlier video. It's one of the most popular Palm Springs videos on YouTube. Here's a link to it up here, and you'll find it on this channel. And remember to subscribe. Okay, let's continue the model home tour with Residence 3 at Vitality. And this one you approach long walkway outside until you get to the front door. And it's kind of an interesting floor plan. You have this bedroom off to the right when you first come in, which creates almost a casita effect. Lennar didn't build any floor plans with casitas, Gallery did. But this is pretty well separated from all the other living. One thing which I don't quite get on the design is when you go through that door from the main hallway, you see the bathroom like right there, including the shower. I guess you could put doors up, but the models didn't have any doors. And I always kind of get lost in this floor plan. As you go around this hallway, then you come up to where the main living area is, and yep, come on in. And you have a bathroom off to the right there, powder room, and you have the laundry room off to the left. I don't know what the dog feeding is doing there, but okay, I did say there were dog parks at Miralon. And you've got this big great room effect, which I really like. Oh, whoops, we got to go check out the bedroom here. So this one, like the Residence 2, has a bedroom in the middle of the floor plan. I kind of like what they did on that wall. Again, the plantation shutters, not my kind of thing in these kind of desert modern houses, but you might like it. But I don't think you have to get those. Nice closet space in all of these floor plans. And you've got this other bathroom here. Yeah, I said I want to see more edgy things. Well, I guess that kind of does it, that wallpaper, but you don't have to get that. Anyway, it's good to have the extra powder room. Yeah, we really like that wallpaper. Um, Ceiling fans. So I recommend, even with AC, and all these homes have AC, I think ceiling fans are a good thing to have. It does keep the cool air circulating, and a lot of people have them both inside and outside if you have covered spaces. Again, check out the use of the space, not necessarily the finished work. That may not be your choice of cabinets, or it might be. Might not be your choice of wallpaper there, or it might be. Okay, let's jump over to the virtual tour now and do a walkthrough of Residence 3. Okay, here's Residence 3 at Vitality. And as I mentioned, I kind of get a little confused with this one. So you come in, front door, and then over here, we got a bedroom. And I didn't kind of get what they were doing with that at first, but then I realized this is kind of like having a casita that's not a casita because it's right attached there. Um, but it has a lot of separation from the main living area. As you come back here to the hallway, here we go. Bear with me, as I mentioned, I get confused. Now we're in the main living area. Again, nice clear story lights and big open great room space. This looks a lot different than the plan we just walked through with the way they have the finished work at the models here at Miralon in Palm Springs. Got the primary bedroom back here. This, I think, has a more contemporary look than maybe the models, or maybe just because it's a little bit different tones in it. Same comments on the bathrooms I made before. And that's the Residence 3. I think you get the idea of those. Okay, next I'm going to show you two floor plans that have not been modeled yet. Before we look at these last two floor plans, I want to mention again that I can represent you in buying one of these homes at Miralon. Lennar allows that for outside brokers to represent buyers, but really important, you have to contact me before your first visit or contact with the builder in order for me to represent you. There are many benefits of me representing you in one of these homes, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in this video. Let's keep going and look at the other floor plans. Okay, so these last two floor plans, residence 4 and 5, have not been modeled yet at Miralon by Lennar, and I do see they're framed out. And I don't want to make too many comments on something I haven't walked through, but let's take a quick peek here. Now, these are two-story homes. You may have heard me say in other Palm Springs videos I've done about Palm Springs real estate that, you know, I'm think that the single stories are more authentic, but that's just me because I'm a preservationist and old timer, and there's other challenges with two-story homes, but a lot of people like two-story homes, and they've sold a lot of them at Miralon. Typically, the two-story homes are found not on the perimeter, so you'll see whether it's gallery or flare. The two stories they built were found on more of the interior streets, and not again on the exterior walls. Uh, Gallery built a lot of two-story homes, and those are reselling or selling right now in the 1.4, 1.5 kind of range, 1.3. Flair built some that have been resold for 1.4. Now these that Lennar building seem to be priced just above $1 million, which makes them great value. As you can see as I'm walking through here, again, I like that kind of artwork and these kind of earth tones. Again, more deserty for me than some of what we've seen in the actual on-site models, but that's just me. Uh, forgot what I was saying there. Sorry, but yeah. So if you're into two stories, I mean, great. I mean, a lot of people like them, and a lot of people want to keep it to more single level, which is more popular, but to each their own, and that's why builders build different things. Once these are modeled out, I'll do another video. I like doing videos, and oh yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I do like the look of the way they've modeled this. Let's kind of go upstairs. Oh yeah, nice mid-century vibe here. So we'll see what these are like when they're done, and let's just take a look at the Residence 5. That was Residence 4, which is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, half bath, 2,830 square feet, starting at just over $1 million, 22 and 820. Wow. Uh, Seems like a great deal to me. I can help you buy this. Okay, let's take a look now at Residence 5. This is 3 bedroom, 3 bath, and a half bath, and 2,937 square feet. Wow, starting at 968. Nice. Oh, formal dining. Nice, great room. Okay, let's go up the stairs here. Here we are. Now, some of these, just from where they're building them right now on Mustang Lane, just have amazing views of a couple of different mountain ranges, and including seeing San Jacinto and then looking out to the olive groves. Okay, well, I'll wait until these are modeled, and then we'll do an update to this video. Let's move on to some of the other topics I told you we would be discussing. I want to talk about the pros and cons of buying new construction compared to a resale. And when I talk about resale, for the sake of this video, I'm referring to a resale here at Miralon. There's homes that are 1, 2, 3 years old that are in virtually new condition. That's why people are reselling them, because they didn't use them. Anyway, so the pros of buying new construction. Number one is in California, you get a very comprehensive builder's warranty. Some things are 1 year, some things are up to 10 years. You also, well, when you buy new construction, a lot of times the builders have various incentives. So it may be if you use their mortgage company or some other service, you get some benefit from that. I'm not going to represent what the builders are or not doing, but sometimes you do get some benefits. Also, when you're buying new construction, you get to pick the finished work and upgrades and things you want. And if it's not a home that's already been started or it's not too far along, you get a lot of options with that. And sometimes those options could be overwhelming. I'm going to talk to you about that as well. One of the cons of new construction is unless it's a home that's kind of almost ready to go, you could be waiting for quite a while. When I bought this house, it was an empty lot, and 9 months later, then it was built. But a lot of people don't want to wait, so that's one of the cons of buying new construction. You know, you got to be ready to close, and the builder's ready to close. So those are the pros and cons of buying new. Let's talk about resales. When you buy a resale, and there's a lot of the resales here, they're like virtually new because people didn't use them that much. That's why they're selling them. Uh, well, you may be getting some of the upgrades that would have otherwise cost you a lot more money. You also know the location. You have certainty with one caveat I'm going to tell you about. And even though you don't get the builder's warranty, you can get a home warranty, which gives you certain protections during the first year, and you can extend it. And right now, the time of doing this video, and for the last couple of years, it's been more of a buyer's market than a seller's market in Palm Springs. So you might get a hell of a deal on buying a resale, particularly if I'm your agent. Earlier, I mentioned that I was going to walk you through some of the amenities here at Miralon. And best way to explore those is the other video I provided a link for, which I did a very long video just on Miralon and the communities. But two pools I mentioned, and really, as you look around, it's like kind of living in a luxury resort. I mean, this is really great. And at least at this point, a lot of times these facilities are not used that much. Of course, there's still maybe only about 300 homes built over what will ultimately be over 1,000, 1,150. And a lot of the people don't live here full time. So a lot of times when like we go to the gym, I mean, there's no one there except us, and we can be on this elliptical or the treadmill or the Stairmaster or the Peloton looking out at the beautiful mountain views. And there's just enough weight machines to get a pretty good workout. There's also a rower and a stair climber. And I'm not going to forget the dog park this time. I got a lot of criticism on my other video. People loved it, except they said I forgot about the dog park. So a lot of dog lovers here at Miralon, and nice, kind of community. I see everyone out there just letting the dogs run free in the park and kind of just being neighbors and being friends. And again, just a great setting with these mountain views and everything here. Miralon's really, really, really just a wonderful place to live, and I would love to help you do that. So before we finish up, I want to mention that in addition to Lennar, at least at the time I'm doing this video, Gallery Homes still has under 10, maybe more than a half dozen uh, homes they're building. And of course, I can represent you on those as well. Since this video is about mostly Vitality and Lennar, I'm not going to get too far into Gallery, even though I mentioned them earlier in the video. But contact me if you want more details. And there's also some resales of Gallery homes that those houses are less than 2 years old at this point. So if you're interested in Gallery, contact me about that. Same thing, I have to meet with you and go with you to the first visit to the models, but same protocol as Lennar. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, I hope you did. And if you have any questions about buying or selling a home in Palm Springs, whether your time frame is next week, next month, next year, or whenever, feel free to reach out. And if you haven't done so already, come on, subscribe. It's not too late. You can do it.